Hello everyone. I Assistant Professor Pragati Shetty from Department of Microbiology, KJ Somaya College. In the last online lecture, we have started studying the hepatitis B virus. Okay. In the last online lecture, we have saw the structure of the virus and the viral genome, the genomic properties and the characteristic of that virus. In this lecture, we will study about the antigenic variations, right? Then epidemiology and the pathogenesis and the resistant characteristics. Now we will first start with the antigenic variations. Okay. Now this antigens, as here mentioned, we have discussed this in the structure also, right? Now in this we will learn in the detailed. Now starting with the HBs antigen. HB stand for hepatitis B. S stands for surface and AG stand for antigen. So it will be the hepatitis B surface antigen, HBs antigen. Okay. Therefore, it is present in the surface. Okay, the surface proteins. Alright, now it contains two different antigenic component. Now which are the two antigenic components? First is the reactive component, that is called as the A. You can see in this group there is the A, right? So that is the one component, okay, called as the reactive antigen A, and the other component are the specific component. And which are those? The specific components are DY and the WR. Okay, these two are the specific component. Now from this each component, only one member of the each pair, that is the one member from the DY and the one member from the WR, will be present at a time. Okay, in a single time only one component from this can be present, and therefore accordingly the four combinations are possible, right? And therefore the four major antigenic subtypes of this HBs antigen can be developed. Therefore they are ADW, ADR, AYW and the AYR. Okay. Now the second one. Then the second one is the HBC antigen, which is called as the core antigen, right? Then this antigen are exposes the or are work for the core or the nucleocapsid, right? Then third one is the HBE antigen. HBE antigen is also a nucleocapsid protein, okay, similarly to the HBC antigen. The difference is here is the soluble. HBE antigen is the soluble non-particulate nucleocapsid protein. Okay. Now both the antigen for the nucleocapsid, that is the HBC and the HBE antigen, are both code for the same gene, that is the gene for the nucleocapsid, right? They will both code for the genes present in the nucleocapsid or genes responsible for producing the nucleocapsid, but they are immunogenically different. They are immunologically different. Their structure is different, right? You can see in the diagram in the previous slides, in the previous lecture, in that they have indicated the different antigen with the different structures at the different places in the nucleocapsid only, right? The HBC antigen is the core antigen and it is present in the proper nucleocapsid in the core, right? Whereas in the HBE antigen it is present just after the nucleocapsid in the matrix. All right. HBE antigen is the soluble. Sorry, HBE antigen is the non-soluble. It is a non-particulate soluble nucleocapsid protein. All right. Soluble non-particulate nucleocapsid protein. Both the antigens immunologically same, immunologically different, which means distinct, right? And the code for the same gene, that is the gene coding for nucleocapsid. Okay, now we will study the resistance. Which properties, or the which are the chemicals, right, or the conditions by which the virus is resistant, and by which detergents or chemicals the virus is susceptible. All right, now the HBV is relatively heat stable virus. Okay, relatively it is heat stable virus. It is viable very well at the room temperature for very longer period. All right, it can remain viable at the room temperature for just longer period. Then heating at the 60 degrees Celsius for 10 hours will reduce the infectivity by 100 to 1000 folds of this virus. Okay, if we heat this virus solution at 60 degrees Celsius for the 10 hours, then infectivity of this viral will reduce down by 100 to 1000 fold. Okay, and which is a good number, right? Then it is susceptible to which chemical agents? First is the hypochlorite. Concentration is 10,000 ppm. Okay, parts per meter, that is ppm, 10,000 ppm. And also 2-glutaraldehyde. Okay, this chemical agents will inactivate the infectivity of the HBV virus. Okay, although HBs antigen, that is the surface antigen, will not get inactivated or will not get any affected by this conditions or by this chemical agents. All right, it will remain as it is. The viral other particles components as well as the genome will get inactivated, or it will affect the property of that components, right? Therefore the infectivity will reduce down, right? Except the HBs antigen, it will remain as it is. Okay, this is the resistance of this virus, resistance properties of this virus. Now we will see what is the pathogenesis of this virus, right? Now what will come into the pathogenesis? As I have mentioned earlier, pathogenesis will include the root of the virus, as how it will get multiplied inside the body, what is the site of the infection, right, by which way it will reach to that site of the infection and it will multiply there. That parts, that portions will come into the pathogenesis, study of the pathogen, right? Then in the pathogenesis of the HBV, that is the hepatitis B virus, will include the, see, HBV first enters into the person body, right? To infect, virus needs to enter into the person, right? Then virus will enter via the skin, via the blood, mucosa. These are the sources of the transmission, right? These are the sources of the transmission. And which is the site of the infection? Is the liver. All right, and site of transmission is can be the blood, skin, mucosa, right? And the site of infection will be the liver. Then it will reaches to the liver and some other organs in the body such as the pancreas, blood vessels, right, WBC, bone marrow. Then what will happen? Now the antigens that are present on the viral structure, okay, once the virus will reach to the liver, now the antigens that are present will help the viral genome to reach to the nucleus of the liver cells. And once it will reach to the nucleus, in the nucleus of the liver cell, then it will multiply there, right? Inside the nucleus only the virus is able to replicate with the host genome, right? And by reaching there, who is helping the virus? The antigens, the proteins that are present on the virus, right, such as the surface antigen, the core antigen, okay, the nucleocapsid antigen. These antigens help the virus to reach to the nucleus. And then the leukocyte antigen, hepatocyte leukocyte antigen 1 will appear on the liver cells, okay, which cells that are infected with the viruses. Now these cells which are infected are recognized by the CTL. What is CTL? Cytotoxic T lymphocyte, right? Now these are our immune mechanism, right? Defense mechanism, immune cells. Now this will lead to the, see, now our liver cells are infected with the virus, right? Now what will happen? The liver cell will damage. Liver cells cytolysis will take place. Cytolysis, the killing of the cells, all right, will take place. Then the helper T cells are activated by the receptor of the HLA, okay, on its surface. Then helper T cell activate, right? Now what will happen? The B cells, which are responsible for antibody production in our body against a pathogen, against the outsider entity, will come in the body. Then B cells are the cells responsible for developing antibodies against that bodies, right, the outsider ones, the pathogen one. Therefore the B cell will release the anti-HBs, that is the anti-hepatitis B antibodies, and clear the HBV, that is the hepatitis B virus, okay. And this representation, the representation of the core antigen on the liver cell may cause the cytopathy, all right, the infection. This is the pathogenesis. So what is the pathogenesis? First virus will enter, right? After entering, it will reach to the liver. After it will reach to the liver, then viral genome will reach to the nucleus in the liver cells. Then it will multiply. Alright. Now what will happen? For reaching there, the protein, the surface antigen, will help the virus genome to reach to the nucleus of the liver cells. Once it will reach, then the viral genome will multiply with the host genome, okay. See, viral genome having the DNA dependent DNA polymerase plus the RNA dependent RNA transcriptase, right? Therefore it will transcribe the genome with the help of the host DNA, okay. Then due to infection, liver cell will get damaged, all right. And at the same time, the another process is also going on, and that is the HLA1 appear on the liver cells, infected liver cells, okay. These HLA cells are from host immune systems, and therefore this HLA cell will activate the helper T cell. Next step, the HLA cell will activate the helper T cell, okay. And then the B cells will promote the release of the anti-HBs, that is the antibodies against that virus, and therefore clear this virus HBV, okay. This is the pathogenesis of the HBV, hepatitis B virus, right. Now we will see the epidemiology. What is the epidemiology? What will come under the epidemiology? That the impact of the virus on the different parts of the countries, then which group is more susceptible, which group is less susceptible, right? Which people are at highest risk for getting the disease. The previous data recorded for this disease or other pandemic or any epidemic was made, right? What's happened due to this infection or due to this virus, that points will come to the in the epidemiology. Okay, now 350 lakhs cases carriers were recorded worldwide. Okay, carriers means what? Which are responsible for transferring the disease without having the disease. These are the carriers. Okay, then 120 lakh carriers were recorded in the China only, right? Then the carrier rate can exceed by the 10%. It can also increase more, right? Then 15 to 25% of the chronically infected patients will die from the chronic liver diseases. This expedition has been made, okay, that the 15 to 25% of chronically infected patients can die from the chronic liver diseases. See, these diseases are the next level stages of the hepatitis disease. The hepatitis will be turned into the chronic level, the chronic liver diseases. All right. Then 500,000 deaths per year were recorded in the China, and which is very high number. That is the 500 deaths per year. 500,000 deaths per year were recorded in the China due to this viral infection. Then 982,297 liver diseases were recorded in the China at the year 2005, and the 50% of the children were having the disease by mother, okay, by the fetus. Then we will see the concentration of the virus in the various body fluid. Now, which body fluid will transmit the high concentration of the virus from one person to the another? Now, the high concentration body fluid will be the blood. Blood will contain more number of the virus particles. Blood, then serum also same, plus the wound exudate, right? Then moderate concentration of the virals will be present in the semen, vaginal fluid and the saliva in the sexual transmission. Okay, by sexual contact the moderate virus concentration will be transmitted, and the low virus concentration or not detectable virus particles are present in the urine, feces, sweat, tears and the breast milk. All right, the breast milk. Then we will see this is the epidemiology. Okay, continuing the epidemiology only, there are as I mentioned, there are some groups which are at the highest risk of this infection, right? Now, first one, who are they? The people from the endemic region. Endemic regions means what? The people from very distinct, very smaller region. Endemic diseases are what? The diseases that are caused in a particular area or in the particular region of the area, in a particular community of the people, that is called as the endemic regions. Okay, that region people will be at the highest risk for the infection. Then the babies of the mothers with the chronic HBV, right, from their mother to fetus the transmission can take place. Then intravenous drug abusers, then the people with multiple sex partners, hemophiliacs and the other patients, right? Then healthcare personnel who have contact with the blood, right? From there the blood infection can be takes place easily, so they are also at the highest risk. Then residents and the staff members of the institution for mentally retarded people, and there also the immunity is very weakened, so the risk for getting that infection is higher. All right, now this is the epidemiology. In this online lecture we have studied the antigens, right? Antigens that are present on the virus structure, viral surface, and the core, right? Then we have studied the pathogenesis, right? Pathogenesis of the HBV. Then we studied the resistance properties of the HBV, and then we studied the epidemiology of the HBV virus. I hope you understood this online lecture. If you have any doubt regarding this, please ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching.